Alrighty, looks like we've got an all plunder kingdom today. A whole bunch of treasures, so this probably won't play like your normal engine. There's Draw with Landing Party, which in a kingdom like this actually might be able to be activated pretty often. There's also Figurine. You got Villages for Harbor Village and Landing Party, but the only terminal in the whole kingdom is Cutthroat, so villages probably aren't all too terribly important. Thinning, Pickaxe and Shaman trash cards, and Shaman's bottom text effect means you extra want to trash. And plus buy looks pretty abundant. I got abundance, figurine, and then pickaxe and cutthroat both give loots, most of which have plus buy on them. But what are the landscapes? All right, looting and rush. Okay. So it seems to me like you want to get in and then play a bunch of figurines to draw your deck. King's Cash a figurine to draw extra, and then have some number of loots as the ultimate payoff to that. Uh, Surely the opening has to be double shaman, and you rush one of them, and then you crash an estate turn one, and also that means the bot's going to get an estate turn one. So with shaman around, it's pretty important to be putting a card into the trash every turn when possible, because not only are you thinning, but you're junking your opponent. Uh, it's going to make pickaxe a little bit more awkward, because if you trash something valuable to pickaxe to get a loot, they'll get that out of the trash instead of a junk card. Oh, I should also think about, is there a way to trash something valuable at the start of your turn? I don't think so. Like, if you can trash a card at start of turn, you can resolve it before Shaman's effect and get the thing you trash back out of the trash, like with Cabin Boy, for example. I'm not seeing anything like that here. Okay, I've got 4 landing party. Eventually, the deck's going to be mostly uh, drawing during the buy phase. I don't want a huge number of action cards. Landing party seems uh, fine in that deck because it sets itself out of play, and then when it comes back into play, it just top decks itself so you can play it immediately. I think there's not too many scenarios where that gets drawn dead by a figurine. Let's rush a third shaman. Bot takes its first pickaxe. And uh, 5. We pickaxe. Already got 3 shamans though. Could be figurine. Get started on that. Cutthroat. I think if I want cutthroat, 7 would be a better time to click it because then you can rush it, get it into play immediately. Go ahead, take a pickaxe. Mm. 4 shamans feels like a lot, especially when I've also got pickaxe on my deck. I also really would like to not have an estate and have the bot have an estate. So I think it's still doing this. So the bot's gonna get a silver. That's not the end of the world. Uh, the loot seems worth it to me. Take the figurine now. How generous. Hardbot gave the silver right back. Figurehead seems like a very good loot here. Orb could be okay. A trash and then trash. Thing 3. That's okay. I could buy a silver. Which is okay here, but not anything special. I could just use the pickaxe to trash one of the shamans, Probably getting a little bit less viable right now. And then that would also mean I get a technical landing party and hit 4. I think I like that better. No, I'm gonna err on the side of trashing more. Tends to be the
Oh,
direction in a shaman game.
oh,
Oh, back in the trash. Prize coat also good loot.
oh,
Wouldn't mind a tool soon. Be a good way to gain additional figurines. Maybe that
oh,
last landing party actually should have been a tools. It probably should have been. I was not thinking about it.
oh,
7, rush, and cutthroat. Buy a king's cash. I think I like the king's cash more.
oh, oh.
Okay, let's draw all the stuff. Hmm. They were trash of copper. Wouldn't mind doing something like King's Cash Pickaxe, trash 2 silvers the same turn. Then the bot gets 1 and I get 1 back. I'll do this real fast and see if I like
Oh,
the outcome. Want to do if I don't. Hen could be like a tools and a figurine. If instead of playing the shaman, I just played the orb for money, I would have, let's see, king one, 3 more money exactly. Then I have 13. I think this is fine.
oh, oh, oh,
Some more cards. Those bottom 5 cards. There's a King's Cash down there. Pickaxe. Think I'd rather draw. Um, King's Cash Pickaxe gain 2 loots. And actually trash a loot and gain a loot. Or just, I think I like Pickaxe once and then King's Cash, whatever I get. That would have been a little bit sad if it was Spell Scroll, probably. Okay. I think just 2 more of these. If I can get to the point where I'm overdrawing my deck, unfortunately I don't have draw in my hand.
oh,
Uh, could do some nice stuff with King's Cash tools, gain some treasures, draw the treasures. Landing parties, getting top deck. So it's like a nice outcome. King's Cash. And it's like a pendant. I think at this stage that's going to be a pretty solid payload.
oh,
King's Cash, King's Cash. Time to draw all the cards. Sure, I'll discard that. King's Cash. Tools. 1, 2, 3. Do that again. Is this gonna like autopile or something? Feels like it might. I have my suspicions that I'm just winning the game this turn, which I didn't really plan on doing. I'd rather this be 2 tools and a figurine. And I've totally lost count of how many King's Caches I have left to resolve, but I think it's a bunch. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do 2 more tools and a figurine. 3 more tools. Draw everything. Yeah, okay, we're winning the game here. Let me undo that. Do this first. So now I can gain a bunch of pendants. How many King's Caches do I have left to resolve? I don't know. Uh, I think all of this is starting from the same original chain. So that one's on 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Is this the last one? I think it is. 3. So to my understanding, I think this is the last King's Cache play. Okay, so what I'm oh no, I've got another King's Cache resolved. I've got 3 more. 1, 2, 3. 1. Oh, I don't really want to do that. Let's triple the staff, I guess. Risk being boring.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, 97 is a pretty big number. Take one of these. Suppose I ought to take some amount of points. And I think I can rush for plus buy. How sad. I'll take all the harbor villages. And buys. Okay, yeah, that was a little more explosive than I expected there at the end. I mean, it's pretty clear that eventually King's Cash and figurine and stuff were going to do something to that effect, but it went from 0 to 100 really fast. Hardbot has some figurines, a bunch of shamans, some lending parties. I think the main thing missing here is the King's Cash. Is the thing that and the tools I think are really what kick it into overdrive.